Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome to the NOFO Live Podcast, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about everything North Fork. So much is going on this holiday season on the North Fork. There are so many holiday events, so many holiday markets. It's a beautiful time of the year here. It's cold, so it's definitely winter. One of the events that I attended last night was a board dinner, our end of year gathering for slow food eaters. And last night was kind of bittersweet because it's time for me to move on and make time for other endeavors that I'm pursuing. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm a little slow this morning because we had a really wonderful night last night with the slow food team. Got food from Lauren Lombardi, which was wonderful. Um,
Where
my
was the
friend,
event?
my friend Stacy hosted at her beautiful Harvest Inn.
Lovely,
So it was
lovely.
just a beautiful, magical. I mean, it's a little bittersweet for me because, like I said, I've been there 4 years on the board, and I love the
Has it
team, and
really been that long?
it has been that long. I know I don't talk about it as much as I should,
Wow.
but I need to, as everyone knows, or some people know, I launched my business this summer, so I'm making some room to be able to focus on that. So the team is going to continue doing their work, and obviously I'm going to champion from afar. But it was a fun night last night, so that was really good. What's been going on in your weekend? Oh, well, it's not weekend, your week. I know you tell us about your Tulum trip.
Oh, it was wonderful. I specifically went to a beach boutique hotel that is a wellness center. So I had lots of meditation, lots of breath work, Pilates, yoga, you name it. And then I went back to my toddler who ruined it all. But that's fine.
Yeah, but sounds like you got a lot of centering and zen to be ready for this holiday season because it can be a lot.
I did. In fact, actually, I don't even have my Christmas tree up and I'm not freaking out
Oh,
yet.
oh.
So
Wow.
Kelly, I don't see a
Great.
Christmas tree behind you.
There it is. It's
Oh,
here.
it's there. Oh,
oh,
okay,
there
good.
you
You're ahead of
go.
the curve. You're ahead of the curve.
This
I don't
weekend.
have
Also,
one
don't
either.
look
This
down
weekend.
because I put on like a holiday top, but I'm wearing sweatpants on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, you moved the Dyson out of the way, so we're
Yeah,
much ahead of the game.
we're on a good path
Okay,
here.
we can't talk to you like a co-host. Okay, you're a
Oh,
guest on the show today,
sorry,
so
sorry.
hold on. Welcome, Jessica. How are
Hey,
you?
thank you. How are
Hi,
you?
Jess.
Hi, Jessica.
Nice to
We
see
haven't met before.
everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let's dive in and start with you,
Okay.
Jessica. Tell us who you are and tell us all about James Lane Post.
All right. So I'm Jessica Mackin. I am the editor and publisher of James Lane Post. We're a lifestyle publication that's based on the East End. We cover the North and South Fork, and we highlight arts and entertainment and culture. We have a broadsheet print publication that comes out 8 times a year, and then we also have our digital platforms, our website and social and a weekly newsletter. So yeah, that's James Lane Post. I have
So, how can someone
right
get
here.
your publication? Let's start there. Oh, hold
Okay,
that back
so
up again. I want to
oh
see
yeah,
it.
here it is. This is our holiday issue. So yeah, we're distributed at about 200 places across the East End. So your coffee shops, your grocery stores, you'll find it all over the place. So
Is it a
If
free
you're on the
publication
North
or a
Fork,
and
paid?
it's
Paid.
free.
Okay.
It's free. Yeah.
if you're on the North Fork, it's at Soundview. It's at Anchor, Alpena. Where else, Jess? There's a few
Oh
others.
yeah, there's a bunch.
Shoals.
Yeah, the shoals.
And can
Uh,
locations request for it to be dropped off and be
Absolutely.
there? Okay.
Absolutely. Anybody who wants copies, just let me know and we'll make sure we get
AC,
them
I
to
hope
you.
she's watching and listening. I think the Harvest Inn, that would be a great
Oh
place
yeah.
to, because that's usually when
Yeah.
I stop it and go, ooh, magazine, grab it.
Well, and I
Great.
see
Yeah.
I see Marissa from Main Road is on,
Oh,
and that would be good too because she
Yeah.
has a bunch of stuff in the front there.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. Yes, absolutely. We'll
Jessica,
drop
how
if
long
anyone.
when did you start James Lane?
So we started towards the end of 2020, holiday season 2020. So at the height of COVID, I had been with as the executive editor at the independent newspaper for years before that sort of closed down during COVID, and myself and a few other partners decided to start James Lane and sort of bring the arts and entertainment that we were doing at the independent to the forefront and make that the focus instead of being more news focused.
lose Tracy?
I'm here.
Oh,
I
frozen.
And
know.
I love that it's in a newspaper format.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, we wanted to do
all
the really
of all
large
the things I
oversized.
hear people say, I think that the tangible print is one thing that they really appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah, we love doing the print. It's really, great to hold something, to have it, to put it on your coffee table. It's just it's nice. It's
And it's
as
so
Bill, I love
fascinating
picking up
because
magazines.
so many things were born out of COVID, right? I mean, literally, COVID is the birthplace of so many businesses. So let's just hop one step back. What did you do before that?
So I was the executive editor at the Independent newspaper, we were based in East Hampton, but we covered the East End.
And that was more news
Heavily
based.
more news based, but I did most of the arts and entertainment section. So I sort of did a little bit of everything, but my main focus
And
was
how
that. So
scary was it to jump into your own thing?
we kind of just went for it. Like, I didn't have time to think about it. So it was
Good
one of those
plan. Good
things
plan.
you
Well,
think about it after.
COVID
You're like,
kind of
oh, this
forced
might
us.
work.
Yeah, COVID kind of
Yeah,
forced us all into just jump because
exactly.
there's nothing else to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and we had like a really great audience at that time. Like, people were paying, it it would have been harder to do that now, I think. Like, it was something new that was happening that we put out on the East End, and it sort of got attention because it was the time when people were, weren't going out. They weren't,
Yeah.
we weren't preoccupied with so many things of daily life. So yeah, it was an interesting,
So in
very
a way,
interesting
it was a
time.
good time for you to start this.
Yeah, no, there were definitely the certain challenges, but it was, it worked out. Everything happens for a reason, and that's the timing was
And
really
obviously, you're
interesting.
more familiar with the South Fork, so you started there. So tell us about how you found your journey into the North Fork. Did you find Kelly first, or did you find the North Fork first? How did that come
Well,
about?
I have always loved the North Fork. I've been, going since I was a kid. I grew up in Spring, so I'm pretty close. We take the ferry over. And then I live in Hampton Bays now, so I'm really close to get to, I'm just only 20 minutes from the North Fork now. So, yeah, I'm always exploring. Met Kelly in 2021, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just
Just
like love working.
I
introduced
want to
through a
refer to Kelly
mutual
as like
friend.
the OG North Fork queen
Yes.
or something. I don't even know what the title should be, but definitely OG is somewhere in there.
Also born out of COVID.
Yes.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when it
And
was bucket list.
yes. If you think that I do a lot of things, Jess blows me out of the
No,
water
I don't
in
know.
terms
I
of
don't
Wow.
know.
all the places she goes, all the things that she does, 10 times more than I do. So,
Wow.
So, Kelly, you're a contributor to
yes,
James Lane.
yes.
Okay. And you
So,
cover the North
yeah,
Fork.
I write a column on the North Fork, mostly about seasonal events that are happening. Every once in a while, I'll do like a new business that opens or something like that. But yeah, so just mostly North Fork stuff.
And just how many contributors do you have?
We have just, it's a small group. I would say we have about 10 in total. And yeah, we have a
Well,
great group of people working with us, and
so
so many
what
great
kind of
voices. So, yeah.
stories? What kind of story? You said you have 8 publications a year.
Yes. So we
So
do
what can
four
someone
in the
expect?
summer. Um, so we'll do 4 in the summer. Those are a little larger. It's all advertising based because, that time is just so much busier. And then we'll do 4 during the rest of the year. So we have a holiday. We have one that comes out in the fall. We have one for the winter and one for the spring. So yeah, we have all different types. It's always different. We'll have a cover feature for each one. A lot of interviews and feature based. So we'll do many Q&As with everyone from business owners, local business owners, to just people doing different things within the community or have an attachment to the East End.
I
How
know.
how do you do your selection process of who you feature in the publication?
It's kind of all over the place. So it's a mix of things that are pitched to us, just, our own networking ideas that come to us as people we meet, people we see. It's
Sounds like
so
how
it
we've
kind
find guests on the show. There's really no rhyme
Yeah.
or reason or process.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the more I meet people, the easier it is to be like, oh, this would be a great story, or this would be a great, feature on my page or whatever. I think it's all about being out and about and
Yeah.
experiencing things. And I think Jess, of all people, I mean, I can say this a million times. She is everywhere. Like city, East End, North Fork, Palm Beach. Like I never know where Jess is gonna be.
Yeah, but like you said, that's really important because then you are
It-
on the ground and really aware of what's going on, which kind of makes it easier to steer, what you need to be talking about right now.
yeah, absolutely. I think there's, that you're exposed to so many things just day to day that can be wonderful stories. So, it's all about storytelling. So,
So give us
um,
an idea what's in the holiday edition. I'm sure, and I think I saw it already
NOFO Style
digitally.
was in
I
the
know I saw
holiday
it
edition.
digitally. I
yes,
know
we
there's a
have.
holiday gift guide in there, right,
Yes,
Kelly? You wrote a
Yes,
Kelly
holiday
did a
gift
gift
guide in there?
guide.
a little one.
Kelly
Yeah.
did an amazing North Fork guide. Let me see if I can turn to the page.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the physical print
Yeah.
yet. I did see the digital copy of it.
Yeah, so we have a whole North Fork page here with
And then
some
is that the
You
gift
have
guide,
the
wonderful,
Kelly?
yeah,
NOFO Style
there's gift guides.
picture there. It's somewhere in there. I think on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
Your
Yeah, I
sparkly
need to pick up a
guide.
copy ASAP.
Yeah, so we have a handful of different features. We have Pretty 𝗝ฐ์𝗀 on the cover, who is on the East End a lot, but she focused and talked a lot about her work with Operation Smile, which was really amazing. We did the owners of Levain Bakery, which is in Wayne-Scott. So we have a feature there. Sorry, the pages are so big, it's hard to
I
manage.
love Kelly. I love when you take the pictures of you. I mean, with the coffee, reading the paper,
Yeah.
and I think Jessica, you just posted
Yeah,
one with the cover on your face. So I think that's what attracts people to the
Yeah.
newspaper is that visual and that idea of being able to just spend those few minutes on a Sunday morning. It's sort of I don't want to say it's a dying art, but it's not as
Yeah.
common as it used to be.
absolutely.
And
I
it
know you
is,
used to get your morning paper and have it, delivered and sit and have your coffee, and we want to bring a little bit of that back.
It's
yeah.
almost now
Enjoy.
considered a self-care
Yeah,
act to
That's right.
Wow.
sit and
Mm-hmm.
read. It is. I mean, believe me, because in Tulum, half the people were like, "Don't pick up your phone for an hour. Get your coffee. Get
yeah.
a journal or a book or a magazine or whatever, and sit and read." And yeah, it is an act of self-care.
For
So
sure.
I want to spend a minute talking about the wellness
Yeah.
weekend event that you guys had on the North Fork that I had the opportunity to attend. It was incredible. So talk a little bit about, how that came about and having all the chefs, and it was wonderful.
So we partnered with Soundview to host a weekend. It was part retreat, part event, so you could come and stay for the entire weekend, or you could pop into single events. Um, so we started with 𝗝ฐ์𝗀 and the North Fork Art Collective's Palette to Palette dinner on Friday. And with the ticketed events, we had a wellness portion the next morning, where we had a panel of wellness leaders
I
and,
think Lucy was in there from,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So we
Numa,
had just
yeah.
like a wonderful discussion about wellness, and Caitlin Highsong led a Pilates class, and then we did our cookbook authors lunch with book
which I
signings
which
and
I
birthday.
loved.
Yeah,
That
that was
was
so fun.
very
And
fun. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we had Lydia Bastianich and Claudia Fleming and Palak Patel and Dennis Prescott, the chefs, come and sign their
and
books, which was
And you're
wonderful.
saying that so casually, but these are
Yeah.
some big name authors. I mean, Claudia obviously is our local celebrity here,
Yeah,
but it
it's
was
amazing.
wonderful to be in the room with so many talented chefs.
Yeah, no, we want to do it every year. We're planning for next fall, and just want to keep growing it. And it was just such a wonderful weekend or so. And then Kelly did a beach walk during the weekend,
Oh,
which was really nice.
fun.
McCary and Gabriella did a wine dinner for Saturday night, and RG&Y provided the wine for the palate to palate dinner too. So we had a lot of the local vineyards
And
as well.
meanwhile, that happy hour that you had in
Oh,
between,
that
Oh
was
yeah,
just before the
fun.
Macari dinner with that DJ, that was a whole vibe. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that was so
just for
fun.
that alone,
And it was
it
a
was
good
it was really,
sunset that day, Sina.
yes,
Did you
it
remember?
worked out. We
Yeah,
actually got to see a good Halyard sunset that day. Yes,
it
I
was a
mean, from the
beautiful
portion
sunset.
that I attended, I can't wait for the next year. And if this was your first year, I can only imagine what next year will be like.
Yeah, we're so excited to keep growing it and do more. But we were so excited to partner with Soundview. It's just such a wonderful venue, and um, it was perfect for
And
everything.
I think Jess is planning on doing more things on the North Fork, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so give us the
Yeah, what do you
scoop.
got coming up?
All in planning stages. But yeah, we want to do more and more. We're open to all opportunities, and just keep growing everything. Um, Love the North Fork so much, and everything we feature. We always want to have as much North Fork coverage as possible, um, to really be a mix of the two forks. So
So are you also planning to do more events? What do you have? Have you formalized what that looks like yet, or you're still brewing on it?
still brewing, I think. But yeah, we definitely want to do more and more, and definitely going to focus on another retreat with for James Lane Fest again. So
It not to sound like an interview, but backing on what Sunita was saying, I was going to say, like, what is your vision for James Lane? Like, where do you see it in the next 5 years?
Oh,
I think
that
just
sounds like a question Kelly would ask. That's a Kelly question. Good job, Tracy.
yeah, I think just continuing to do what we're doing now and growing more events, I think, and the experiential side of things, I think we can do more of. And yeah, just
Jess, I have a hard-hitting question
yeah.
for you.
Okay.
Who has been your favorite interview that you've
Oh my
done?
gosh. Well, recently we featured Patricia Clarkson on the cover, which was really great, and she portrayed Lily Ledbetter in the film Lily, which premiered at the Hamptons Film Festival. So that was a really great experience, I thought. And Lily Ledbetter was a fair pay activist for women, and so it was actually the first piece of legislation signed by President Obama, was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. So that was a great interview, I thought, and it was wonderful to talk to her. And we were, you know, got to see the film at the film festival, and it was wonderful. So that was
And
a
to
nice one.
piggyback off of that, if you could have your dream interview for James Lane,
Oh my
who would it
gosh.
be?
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Think about
I'm trying. I have to
it.
think. I have to think about that.
There's got to be somebody
There's
we
so
know with
many.
I mean,
connections.
Tracy
Yeah.
and I might be available.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We should too.
Yes. Next.
I
Actually,
mean, it
we
doesn't have
have
to be the
to.
dream interview. I'm just
No, no,
saying.
we
And
did that.
interview.
We have to do that for the next issue,
Oh,
or
okay.
one of the next issues. That would be amazing.
Oh, no, I just had to do that in there. I just had to throw that in there since Kelly put you on the spot to pick a favorite. So Kelly, let me turn some questions to you.
Sure.
So currently, and again, I've only looked at a couple of them, so I apologize. But I know you do the gift guide. What are some of the other things you've written or planning direction to go
So
in for
I
the
did a
Norfolk?
whole interview with Verona,
Oh,
Oh, I did see that
end
one.
of
That was
May.
great. That
Yeah,
was great.
so I really wanted to spotlight them as a new business, newish, right?
yeah.
It's such a great
It's
spot
such a great
Well,
on
it's
the
great
North
concept. I
Fork.
just
Yeah,
love the
concept. Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
the concept of the art bar just blows me
yeah,
away.
It's
Uh,
another self-care thing. That is honestly self-care
I
too. Like just going
agree.
there and
Hmm.
whatever comes out of you, you don't have to decide if you're painting clay or if you're
Hmm.
doing this or whatever. Like I love
Yeah,
that. I love that concept.
yeah. So
uh,
I think I'm just trying to feature, people who are doing really fun and great things on the North Fork that people may not know about. Just spotlighting different things that are up and coming. And, you know, it's hard when you're in it. Like we are all North Forkers slash, East Enders, But I think for the average person just coming to visit or wanting to visit, it's a little intimidating to know, like, where should I go? What should I
Yeah.
do? And like I kind of always, like, even on my page, I try and come at things with that lens of like, I know everything that's happening, but like other people from the city or from Connecticut or from wherever they're coming from,
Well,
they
I
have
would
no
even
idea.
add that quote unquote locals are served by this information because we just get distracted and busy with what we are
With life.
experiencing or what
Yes.
we are aware of, right?
Yes.
So the fact that, you're shining a spotlight and a deep dive into MA Studios, or if you haven't done one already on Teresa on One for All Gifts,
Yeah.
because I can't sing enough praises about her. There are so many people doing so much good stuff and
Yeah.
offering wonderful experiences that it's great to have a platform to showcase them.
And also, I feel like with my page and also with James Lane, it's a little tricky for me as like the person creating content that like I've been there, I've already talked about this. And like, for example, Teresa, I talked about her like maybe 2 years ago, but I haven't been back on because
Yeah.
it's like a cycle.
Yes.
It's a cycle of things that like I just can't get to everything.
Well,
There's so much
the story of
happening.
our life. Like,
Yeah.
we would like to feature the same guests over and over, but there's just so many people and guests
Mhm.
to feature, you know?
And then
Another
like you as
thing I think about the North Fork, I remember when I went to go visit Cape Cod, and in my mind, at that time, I was living in the city, and I was like looking for a center,
Mhm.
right? The North Fork is very similar, where there's mini centers all the way along. So someone coming to visit who's not familiar with here may be looking for like, where do I start?
Where is the North Fork? Where is the
And there
North
is
Fork?
no all. It's all spread out. So
Mhm.
the guides really are important
Yeah.
to kind of say, like, you go to Cutchogue for this, you go to Mattatuck for this, you go to Southold for this, and you go to Greenport for that. You really kind of need to lay out what you'd go for in each of the different towns.
There is so much that you don't realize. Like even me, Jess kind of was my guide for the Hamptons this past summer when I did my foray into the Hamptons. But it took me almost until midsummer to know that like Hampton Bays was like not close to East Hampton. Like it
So spread
took
out.
me the whole time, like the whole summer just to figure that out. So having that kind of guide or having, somebody giving you this specific information is so valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Jessica, we always end the show with the NOFO Live 5, which is the same 5 questions.
Okay.
So Kelly's been on. I'm not going to let her answer. We're going to
No.
let
Wait,
you
wait a
answer.
minute. I want to
Okay,
hear
man.
Kelly's. I don't mind hearing Kelly's current answers because all our answers change.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
I want
right,
to hear
we'll
her
move on
current
to
answers.
Because like my current answers are so much revolved around work. So it's like, who am I working with right now?
Yeah.
So it's not a good question for me. Ask Jess. I want to hear Jess's answers because I don't know.
Can I have more than one? Like,
Of
I feel like,
course.
yeah,
Yes,
okay,
of
okay.
course.
I want to preface this by
Yeah.
saying, and I think it
Thanks.
bears repeating over and over, it is not about picking favorites.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's simply an exposure of what you're currently enjoying,
Yes.
because I'm a foodie and I love 99% of the restaurants in town, but I can't name them all. So
Yes.
you
And
just have to pick.
when we started, we used to say, what's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite? And we've changed the verbiage of the question because you might have a favorite for breakfast and a favorite
Right.
for lunch and a favorite for ice cream and a favorite for, so it's hard
And a
to
favorite for
say. So
Tuesday and a
Yeah,
favorite for
Yeah.
Thursday.
yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, what is open on a Tuesday? Because Tracy and I
True.
tried to have a meeting somewhere
That's a
yesterday,
good story.
and it was
What is
closed.
open on a Monday or Tuesday?
Exactly.
I know.
That's called
All right.
East
So
End problems.
Yeah.
Not
yes,
having things
exactly.
open every day of the week.
So if you were going to take Sunita and I and Kelly to lunch or dinner, you can pick or you could do both. Where would you take us?
Okay, so I have so many favorites and I'm gonna miss some, I know, but like I love Alpina, First and South.
First and South already answered for you,
And
saying we
First and South
are.
is
Yeah,
open on
perfect.
And they're
Tuesdays.
Oh,
open
she
Monday
meant
through
we're open
Thursday.
Tuesdays. Okay.
I love
Sarah,
that.
I thought you meant we are the favorite, but I see what you meant. You meant we are open
open on
Tuesdays. Okay, got it.
Right. Grana, let me see, Southwold Social, did I say that? There's so many
Okay, now
places
we're going through the
trees.
list. Now we're going through the list. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
Okay. And then so many more. So many more.
Well, give us. I would also be curious to hear your South Fork options, just in case we want to venture off the fork.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So there's so many different places. Like if I'm further east, 1770 House for dinner is amazing. In Hampton Bays, um, Canoe Place. Love Canoe Place. So many places, but so many.
They just changed ownership and stuff recently, correct?
They rebuilt this. It was a historic inn. I think it's the site of the oldest inn in America, actually. But it had been closed for about 10 years. It was abandoned, not abandoned, but it, hadn't been
Jessica
running as
was the one who introduced me to Canoe Place, and now I'm just like obsessed with them.
it's
So
amazing.
yeah, you have to go there.
It's
Well,
amazing.
good. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go, and maybe one of these days I will venture off the fork.
And then you'll like keep going there over and over and over.
Yeah,
Once you try
Maybe
it.
absolutely.
it depends. It depends on how the traffic does and what's open on Tuesday. I mean, I think that's the
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah.
Okay, sunrise or sunset, and what's your favorite place to catch it?
I mean, the halyard at sunset, that's amazing. Also, the shoals, beautiful. That window, overlooking is amazing. So,
Especially on days where the sky just carries the cloud cover. I've caught a couple, especially on the shoal side with the marina and the boats. I'm gonna go dig out that picture because I really enjoyed that picture with the boats and the clouds in the background.
That people they go to the sound because it makes sense. That's where the sun is setting. But the bay side gets this pink glow that is so magical and also amazing for photos, FYI.
Yeah.
That light that bounces off the bay at that hour, you get some great photos. Yeah.
Okay.
Better pick.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking to the bay. Okay. And Kelly, if you have a response, just jump in whenever you want to, okay? About any of these things. Brewery, vineyard, cocktail, mocktail, where might we find you?
Hey, like cocktails, I love Matchbook. Breweries, it's a Greenport, of course. Vineyards, there like so many. I love vineyards. I love going wine tasting.
We had a really fun birthday
Argentine wine.
celebration for Jess at M&M. That was really fun.
I love M&M.
Wait, what celebration was that,
Jeff's
Kelly?
birthday.
My birthday.
Oh,
It's so nice. It's just like, but I love going to so many of the vineyards and just exploring on the North Fork. Love Courteau, Rose Hill, Pindar, Vidal. So many. There's,
I see a feature coming on the vineyards of North Fork.
Yeah, of course.
If it hasn't already happened.
Yeah.
And then
over
just
the summer, like a wine trail thing. We haven't done that.
I know. We have to do that.
Channel Tracy.
And where to stop for food in between so you don't get too drunk.
Yes.
And I'm going to channel Tracy, give you ideas, because Tracy usually comes up with good ideas. But the winemakers of the North Fork, that would be a great feature because there are some incredible men and women making amazing wine on the North Fork.
For a second, I thought you were like taking out paper to make notes, Jess.
I am.
No, the replay for this will be saved so everybody can go back and listen in detail.
We have a big feature on Jill, the winemaker from Sparkling Point.
Oh, cool.
This issue as well.
Awesome.
I really want to do more winemaker features. Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, I just love the people behind the scenes,
Yeah.
So when you're hanging out here on the North Fork and headed back to Hampton Bays, which farm stands do you make sure that you hit up to get your goods?
I love Eight Hands. I think, and I'll soon be going to Briarmere's for holiday pies. I'll be in the line.
What's your favorite pie from there?
Oh, I like that apple.
I like the apple crumb.
Yeah.
Is there a secret? Is there a secret to get there when the line is not 14 blocks long? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Okay, if anybody, Kelly, if you can find out any tips to help people on what is a good window to go to get, because every time I drive past there, that line is.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I think the trick is eat your pie the week before the holiday.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And then
Go
freeze
for
it or
pie
something. Yeah.
after the holiday.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Sarah's saying Tuesdays? Is
Oh,
he saying Tuesdays also for the pies? Tuesdays
Tuesdays.
pie and first and second.
I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Yes.
she's team raspberry.
I am team raspberry too. That raspberry cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yes.
They don't have a drive-through window. Maybe
No.
that's an
No.
option. Just saying.
Yeah. Can you imagine the first ever drive-through pie
Oh, there
window?
you go. Sarah approves
I
of
love
drive-through window. I'm just saying, just chuck the pie at people.
You
Or
know,
maybe,
there's a place in Jamesport. I'm gonna butcher the name. I want to say it's Lucinda's, but that's probably wrong. Correct me if anyone knows. But they have, it's not pies. They have strudel that is
it's a bakery. Yeah, I don't think it's Lucinda, but it's close, whatever the name is.
Jacinda? Is it that?
No, I think it starts with an L, but I know what
starts
you're
with an L. But it's right on Main Road, a little bit past Main Road Biscuit Company, and
I think
Oh,
it's
Jundas.
Jundas.
There you go.
Jundas.
Thank you,
Jundas.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I mean, next week, just
Jundas.
come back as a co-host,
yeah.
Sarah.
Yes.
Oh, I need to
We just
try
talked
that.
yeah, Jundas. If the line's too long for you at Briar Mirrors, I highly suggest going over there. It's excellent, and
Okay.
I feel
Or
like
go to
it is
both.
brand that
Or
people
go to
don't know
both.
about.
Yeah, we need lots of treats for the holidays.
I
We
have
should
driven.
do a North Fork treats trail. Why not?
Yes, I love this. You can go to Treatery and to Set. And,
Yeah.
so many.
All the
Oh my
treats.
God! Next to the
Magic
wine trail, we need
Fountain.
another map that says dessert trail. Because isn't
Yeah.
there? I haven't stopped in yet. Isn't there a new one that opened in Greenport as well,
Oh
where
yeah.
Gelati used to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. Pips.
Yeah. So there's
Try that.
there's the North Fork Dessert Trail. Love it.
Yes. Oh, I love this. This should be the next
Tomorrow we're
column.
going to be in the North
Yes.
Fork
Jess, do
exercise
we need
trail.
to do research?
Yeah, I think we
to
need research.
this.
Let's go.
I mean, again,
Oh,
Tracy and I are available.
Yeah.
yes. We're Country View Farm Stand makes great pies
good.
too.
Pies and I want to say it's not really bread. I guess it's loaf cakes, whatever. Every time I drive past there and I just smell it from the road, somehow my car just goes into that farm
Yeah.
stand.
And let's not forget the cider donuts from
Wickham's.
wait,
Wickham's.
which one?
Wickham's.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wickham's.
Yeah.
Wickham's.
Okay, now I'm hungry. We need to wrap this up, Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up so we can all go
Let's
get
go
some bacon.
for pie.
Well, anyway, Jessica, thank you so much for being on. Our final question is always, why do you love being a part of the North Fork? So I guess we'll tailor it to why are you excited to expand to the North Fork?
I love the North Fork so much. I just love how everyone works together. It's so community focused. So many small businesses that collaborate, and that's just like such a special thing that I just love that so much about the North Fork.
Well, we're excited to have you become more and more a part of it and what you have on board for us in the coming year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on. This is so nice.
Well, thank you for being on it. Thank you for creating this publication that we can all sit around and enjoy and do some self-care, allegedly. And I can't wait to pick up the holiday issue. Thank you, Kelly, for featuring NOFO Style on it. That was very sweet of you. Speaking of that, I just want to give a shout out. The Soundview is having a holiday market this Saturday, and NOFO Style will be there, along with several other local vendors. I think Times Vintage will be there, Sasha Samuel, Treber Farms. There's a lot of them. I don't want to miss anybody out, but I'll see you guys on Saturday at Soundview. Thank you, Kelly, for being co-host,
Yes, so
for
good
being
to see you,
guest.
Cal.
Guys, have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.